Digital Blast. I am Carl Chimezio Wenna, OGB, they also call me. I am so happy and excited to be here today introducing Naija Digital Blast, a show that will detail digital lifestyle to us Nigerians. I am broadcasting from Lagos and western part of Nigeria, if you like. Ever since I took hold of my first computer, I've been so excited about it, trying to know how it works. The computer, by the way, came loaded with Microsoft DOS, the flagship operating system, which, by the way, you know where they are today, Windows 8. It all started with DOS, all right? I have used many smartphones also, you know, having worked for a company in the United States called Verizon. It used to be Bell Atlantic, you know. I've used their services. With that, I started getting into smartphones also. So, with all this knowledge, I am the most qualified to do this, to do the digital lifestyle show for us Nigerians. And why do I do that? Why? What about Naija Digital Blast? Why Naija Digital Blast? Okay, I'll tell you why. If you spend an average of 3 hours between point A to B, going to MTN, Etisalat, Airtel, and all these offices where they configure and sell smartphones and tablets, you will know that it will be better for you to know how these things work so that you can do them yourself without waiting on the phone, sitting behind a phone, waiting on somebody that don't know practically what they're talking about. They're only reading from scripts. By the way, I'm not criticizing anybody, but what I'm telling you is the practicality of customer company relationship here in our country, Nigeria. So it is imperative on us to take the power, the consumer power from those manufacturers and sellers and hold it. And you can do that by determining the space or the pace with which the relationship is going. So I will advise you to always come back to Naija Digital Blast to view or to learn what we do all the time. Here are some of the stuff you will get from me, your host, OGB. Here are some of them. We will serve to educate you, to educate us Nigerians on information technologies, ranging from smartphones to computers, camera, security gadgets, GPS, you just name it. We will cover the whole spectrum of technologies on this particular show. So if you come back for more, believe me, you'll get more. Because I know the next show I'm going to do will hinge on the 5 best apps everybody must have on their Android phones and even tablets. So we have a segment we will call Do It Yourself. Okay? Do It Yourself, DIY. It's a segment that I'll walk you through step by step on how to do this or that. Say you want to change memory on your desktop computer. I'm going to walk you through on how to upgrade some of the applications that come loaded with your systems. If for instance, you have an Android tablet that is running 4.1.1, I can help you upgrade it to 4.2.3, 4.3.2, but 0.0, where we are right now in Android operating system. Okay, so that's about the segment. If you do it yourself, you'll say, yeah, I am smart. That's exactly why you should learn some of the things we'll be doing on Naija Digital Blast. Okay? We will also have a segment we'll call products and services review. That means we will grab a new product, review it, use it, do this, do that, and then come and tell you the pros and the cons of getting it. Some of these packages that our mobility resellers are selling to us here in Lagos, for instance, we have to know what it is so that you have what is called buyer beware. You understand the technology, then you buy it. Not the other way around. Buy it and then understand that it wouldn't work. If you return it, I know, in most cases, if you return some of these products, they don't take it back from you. So why spend thousands of naira getting technologies you don't know? Naija Digital Blast. By the way, our website will be naijadigitalblast.com. We will have this information on the air and then online. We also have a forum on that particular website where you will be asking questions and we will be answering free of charge. FOC. Who wouldn't like a free stuff? So this is exactly part of what we do. So we will also give you news and updates in technology world, so you know what to get and what is going on, okay, around the world. We will take a very quick short break. When we come back, I will read the digital news volume 1 for you. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Naija Digital Blast. This is the Blast News Volume 1. It's all blame game for the flop of mobile money in Nigeria. Airtel's Nigeria Director of Regulatory Affairs and Special Projects, Oson Nwokoro, last week identified this exclusion of telecommunication operators from playing an active role in the implementation of mobile money as a major hindrance to the uptake of the services. Oson was joined by Director and telecommunications analyst for Digital Africa, Armstrong Takan, in the blame game. According to Takan, central banks' rush to cashless banking also played a role. Folks, mobile money is like Western Union. You open an account, dump a minimum of 1 naira and a maximum of 200,000 naira in it. From there, you can transfer from point A to B. Or you can use the same account to pay your NEPA bills. You can use it to pay your traffic ticket here in Lagos if you're given one. You can also use it to pay your taxes. You can use it to pay your DSTV bill. You can also use it to pay MTN, Airtel, Etisalat, Glo, and the whole spectrum of payments. So when Central Bank introduced cashless society in 2010, the aim was to save folks who are always killed or maimed on their way with the bags of naira. But it's not playing out well because a good number of Nigerians don't have bank accounts. They don't trust the banking system. Despite the fact that Alhaji Lamido Sanusi have done a credible job, starting from Professor Soludo, who he handed over the mantle of leadership to him. You know, they try to clean up the whole system, but if you look around, you still see the specter of distrust. Nigerians simply don't trust their banks because of the experiences they've had, and you don't blame them. So that's a little bit about where the disconnection came from. So this service runs like a regular account, like I have said. It has a cash limit of 200,000 bucks in it. In Nigeria, we are used to moving on if a service fails. And that's exactly what I'm saying in this case. This same uh, mobile money payment has worked in Kenya, where Vodafone and all that introduced very nice app that runs on a majority of these mobile phones. And they use it to make payment and transfer money. But here in Nigeria, we're having that difficulty. If you walk into the bank to cash from the money sent to you, you will stand on the line for hours because the network is slow, because the server is down, or simply there are too many people. And with all those bragging rights our banks have, you have to worry about all this. Remember, the reason why we have mobile money in the first place is to save time. Unfortunately, it's costing us more time. So, but we simply can wait until our banks wake up to reality. Okay? So, moving on. Finally, Nigeria warms up to a national broadband policy. Good. We've been waiting for this all along. Broadband in Nigeria is one of the slowest. We were rated 129th in the whole world in terms of speed, and then number 9 in Africa. Can you imagine that? A giant of Africa crawling. Why? Because we don't have wires buried in the ground. We don't have enough. That's the only most reliable way to interconnect business to business, So back to the news. Nigeria's Communication Commission, NCC, has announced that the framework for implementation of national broadband policy has been concluded. The actual implementation of the policy is set to start in the end of October. According to Executive Vice Chairman of Nigerian Communication Commission, Eugene Juwa, international consultants from UK, Europe, United States of America, USA, and China have all shown interest, but nothing comes out of it until the framework are well prepared by the consultants and the rules of the game for investments announced. This framework has been submitted to President Jonathan since May of this year. Broadband as a way to serve internet services or data is the only way to go. We cannot rely on satellite till infinity. Despite the fact that big players, major players like Men1, who buried fiber optic cable from Portugal to Lagos, Nigeria, and then I believe Accra, Ghana. Then Glo1, incidentally, is the name. Then MTN and Nigerian's flagship satellite, Nicom Sat. All these companies are serving us, but unfortunately, they have not had time to bury enough cable, to put enough cable on the ground to serve our homes and companies. So we currently rely on Wi-Fi, which is not as good as wired connection. Wi-Fi is a wireless connectivity, So despite the fact that we have 3G, 4G, LTE and all that, it's not enough because there are too many people, too many traffic on the network. So broadband is very, very necessary for us Nigerians to enjoy our money or the quality of services, which is very, very necessary for the growth of this nation. Again, we will do a whole lot as time permits us on this show. We will tell you so much you want to know so that you make credible decisions when it comes time to purchase or use the ones you already have. I am gonna come back to this particular channel next week with a fresh show, and on that show I'll be talking about 5 must-have apps, especially on Android. I know most of you are now carrying iPhone also. BlackBerry, despite the shaky nature of its services, is going to come back up now that they've been sold just last week for $4.7 billion. I will take my break for the day. I'm glad you joined me on the show. I am so much happy that I got to talk to you, my friends. Remember, www.NaijaDigitalBlast.com. That's our channel on the World Wide Web. Until then, goodbye.